are so glad you're back. Today we're going to go over the good morning.
And the deadlift, one of my favorite lifts.
Both of these movements are things that you use in your everyday life, whether you are picking up boxes, moving furniture, picking up toys off the ground. I do that often. Or hauling some groceries from your car to the kitchen. So I'm Coach Mara. This is Coach Dave.
Hey guys, I'm here today to explain the movements as Mara is going to show you. As I said, the deadlift is one of my favorite movements. The good morning is a good segue into the same movement as the deadlift. It's something we use to kind of teach people the deadlift before adding a bar in their hands. So why don't we get started with that? Mara's going to go over showing you what a good morning looks like. I'll let her show you, and then I'll kind of explain it really quick. So she's going to show you 2 from the front, 2 from the side, and then I will go over it. And 1. And 2. So nice. And 2. And 2 more. 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to have her show you from the side mainly because you can see kind of the movement better. But the one thing I want to go over from the front is her foot positioning. Your foot position should be under your hips, right? It should be hip width, not shoulder width. Squats tend to be more shoulder width. This is a deadlift and a good morning, so we are going to keep them more under your hips. Okay. Once she has her feet under her hips, what we want to do is we want to keep the core engaged and the back nice and tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about rotating the hips to the back wall. So we want to think like we're going to stick your butt to the back wall and let your chest come forward. Okay, as she comes down here, what we want to see is that this back is nice and flat. She should feel this in the back of the legs, right? Right in the back of the hamstrings, right up the back of the legs is where she should feel the stretch. She's going to come all the way up. Now at the top, what we want to do is she wants to squeeze the butt. Focus on the butt. As I always tell people, if you don't focus on your butt, no one else will. So, again, what she's going to do is as she comes down, she's going to keep that back nice and flat, squeeze the shoulder blades together, drive the hips to the back wall, and then come on up and squeeze the butt at the top. One of the big mistakes that we see with the good morning or the deadlift is that initial movement. So she's going to come down. When she starts, what we see is one of the big mistakes or faults that we see with people is they start to round the shoulders here. So this starts their movement, and then they start coming down, and their butt will come back, but their back is rounded, okay? This is creating more tension on the lower back, okay? Now, as she pulls this chest up and straightens out this back, she's going to use the muscles here. So you might feel it here because you're engaging muscles in the lower back, but that's what you want to do. You want to work on strengthening these muscles so you don't hurt your back, okay? You should feel it stretch in the back of the legs, and then as they feel that, you come all the way up, squeeze the butt at the top. That is your good morning. How's that feeling?
Feeling it.
All right, so that's your good morning. Now, the deadlift is the same movement, except now you're going to have a barbell in front of you. You have to be careful because the bar can pull you forward. As that gets weighted, just like if you pick up a box, groceries, as she said, that weight can pull you forward. You want to keep it as close to the body as possible, which we'll go over. So she's going to come down just like it's on the ground. She's going to grab that bar, right? The back is nice and flat, okay? Now, if you notice, she pulled the bar in close to her, okay? If she just lets those arms hang loose, the bar just hangs straight down. This is a bad position because now all the force is pulling down in her shoulders, and she's getting tension pulling on the lower back. If she tries to pull from here with weight on the bar, it's going to start rounding her back because the weight's out in front of her. So what she wants to do is pull the bar in. You want to sweep that bar in. You want to use the back muscles under your armpits. We call them your lats, right? That's what the technical term is, but most people just know under your arms, right? Just pull back in there. Once you do that, she's going to slide the bar up nice and close to her shins, all the way up to the top, squeeze the butt, and at the top, squeeze the shoulder blades also. Okay, as she comes down, the same thing we did in the good morning. We're going to focus on pushing the hips toward the back wall. Now, keep that bar nice and close because at this point, it's going to want to come away. So keep the bar nice and close. She's going to drive back. Keep that back nice and flat. All right? All the way down. And then she's going to come back up again. Good. All right, bring it all the way down. And so the deadlift is a great tool for building overall body strength. It will build up the hamstrings, and for you guys that's the back of the legs, right? It will also help strengthen the lower back so you don't hurt your back. A lot of people tend to think that deadlifts hurt your back. They can if you use bad technique, if you let the bar in front of you, if you round your back. But remember, guys, deadlifts are generally beneficial for you. They will make you stronger when done properly. So just execute them properly and you will prevent yourself from getting injured.
Let's go over a few of those key points one more time. Your feet are underneath your hips, okay? Your shoulders are stacked over the bar at the beginning, and that head is in a nice neutral position with your spine. You're not actually looking out in front of you the whole time, because that puts a big curve into your spine, okay? Like Dave went over, you're keeping that bar super close to your body the whole time. I like to visualize a paint roller, and you're rolling paint up your thighs, up your shins, and back down, okay? And at the top, the movement's not done till that butt is squeezed, like Dave said, and the shoulder is past the bar, as you can see, okay? Those are really important key points. Keep you moving safe in those movements.
And remember, guys, you can do this with dumbbells as well as a barbell. You can take 2 dumbbells, just keep them close the same way. You can even grab 1 dumbbell if that's all you have to do these to get the movement down. So remember that it doesn't always have to be a barbell.
All right. Stay strong, stay fit, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Have a good day.